And here we are, Cabela's, picking up the new Sportsman's Condo SC4.
This side over.
I'm gonna get it in this trailer and take this bad boy home. I get an email saying 10% off if you purchase anything on Tuesdays. So I got this for $14.85, no tax, because I go to Delaware. I'm from PA, but we drive into Delaware to buy stuff because of no tax. These crazy politicians tax us on everything, so anytime you can save a buck, that's what we do. So go to Delaware, pick it up in Delaware, and then there's no shipping charge either. If you were to have this thing shipped to yourself, they would charge you another $300 because it's overweight or oversized, an oversized item. So we saved $300. I just came with the trailer and just picked it up myself. The only thing, it's round and it's plastic, so there's nowhere to hook my straps onto to tie this sucker down. So there's a little bit sticking out here of the frame. So I tied onto that, going to the back left, and here on the front to the back right, and all the windows are closed and shrunk wrap. And I guess I could have opened it all up and dropped the windows down and stuck the bungees through the windows. I'm gonna try to drive nice and slow on the way home and just take it easy on the way back. So I picked this one up because the windows are bigger instead of the small skinny ones from the SC2 and SC3s and 1s, just rifle windows. And they fold on the inside, so instead of coming down on the outside, I was thinking the deer might see that the wind is falling down on the outside. So if you can let them down easily to the inside, maybe they won't see it. But we'll see how watertight it is. But I looked on YouTube for videos, and the only videos of these things are from the manufacturer, and they're pretty generic. They don't tell you much about it. So stay tuned for some videos on this thing. We're going to put it through its paces, and I'll tell you what I think about these plastic one-piece blinds. Alright, so we got it onto the trailer. I got all my straps on here the best I could, and I did the quick walk around on it, and it took a hit. It took a hit right here. Something hit it, or it rolled or something, and it smashed this window frame. The window frame's bent up. The window is down, but I felt the wind is still there. It's in there, but I don't know if it's cracked or not. We'll have to wait till we get home. So I went back into customer service, and one of the options was they're going to take this back off of here and order another one. And I said, well, what can you do as far as a discount or something? Because maybe I can, if the window's not busted, maybe I can flatten this out, fix the screw, and put some caulk on there, some new stripping, and caulk it, and that should be fine. And the ladies in customer service, nice as they can be, helped me out, and they gave me another 20% off. So I said I'll take it. So however that is, $14.85 minus another $3. It's like $1,100 and some change for almost a $1,700 blind. But we're gonna get it home, get it off this trailer, take this shrink wrap off, and it's got plastic protectors here so the window doesn't get smashed. It might have saved it. They put like a piece of plastic there over top of that window frame all around, and but it's all one piece plastic, and it's on a frame already underneath there that you just slide your 4x4 post on. And I couldn't find any good videos, reviews about this thing, except for the manufacturer. They have a couple videos, but it's not very informational, just a kind of generic video about them. So we're going to do an in-depth review on these, because I know everybody sees them, especially on Cabela's website, and people wonder about this, but nobody knows anything about them. So we're going to do a good review on this thing. dogs like it. I took the plastic off. They say it's a one-piece plastic, all one-piece plastic mold, but I think it's welded, like 2 pieces, because you can see a seam that runs down on this side and on the other side. And it looks like it's like plastic welded together or something. So I think it's 2 pieces, and they combine them together, which is fine, no different. It's still all one piece. It's not like it's bolted together. So it is one complete piece. It is big. This is the biggest one, the SC4, and you can see my trailer here. My trailer's 84 inches across, so you can't fit this in the back of your pickup truck. It's too big. It's got 3 windows on here. The windows seem pretty good. I'm gonna go inside and let you see the view of the outside, but the windows almost go from end to end, like almost the whole circumference or diameter, the whole diameter of the thing across, almost. But you still have blind spots. I can tell, like, I'm gonna go on an angle here from the 2 windows. So this big area right here, when you're inside, it's probably gonna be a blind spot all the way around. And the door window is smaller than the rest of the windows. And I'm gonna show you something here. You could see the blue on here. So the window had protective film on it, and you rip that protective film off, but it leaves the blue in between the little hinge, piano hinge there, and the little bracket up top. So in order to get rid of that blue, I'm gonna have to take the screws out, pull the plastic off, then put that window back together. No big deal, but otherwise you're going to have blue. Now the reason I bought this is because it comes with a frame already when you buy this thing. So this is the front. The 2 legs are closer together because this is where your ladder is going to be when you make your ladder. You can't go no more than 10 foot high with your 4x4 post, which is fine. But I want to show you this frame. I'm going to duck underneath this while it's on the trailer so you can take a look at it. You can see how it's these channels that run down with the legs on all the corners here, and they're held with these bolts. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but I'm gonna go inside and show you why I think that. Now remember, this thing was almost $1,700 new. You open a door and there's what it looks like on the inside. There's those bolts, and those bolts go through the plastic and into that frame, and the only thing that's holding it on is those little washers. And when you step on it, now watch while I step, in between the bolts there's no metal, so the metal is where the bolts are, but when you step, your foot squishes down, the plastic gives in between that metal. So you can see like how it goes down right there. So for this kind of money, I'm gonna step out of here so it's not echoey. So for this kind of money for these things, you would think that it would come with the plywood floor cutout. And then these would be carriage bolts with nice washers that go through the plywood, through the plastic, and then into the frame. So you don't get any bounce, and also so the wind doesn't rip this plastic right off, because I don't know if that's enough bolts. I don't know if that's enough bolts to stop this thing from getting ripped off the frame with the wind. So that's one thing I'm iffy about. There should be, with this kind of, for that kind of money, there should be some kind of a plywood floor, maybe even carpet on top of it with bigger carriage bolts, you know, the rounded headed bolts to hold that thing down onto the metal frame. And it's the hinges on here are just like little bolts. Here's your door latch. It just turns and you put your padlock through here, and that just goes around the other side of the door. So when you close it, just like that, that metal just goes behind here, which is fine. But let's talk about the inside. One of the most important things, which you don't really get a sense of when you try to look these things up on YouTube or find information about it, is what does it look like on the inside. So let's go inside and let's look at our blind spots. Remember, we got a window, 3 windows here. So if you're sitting in the center, I'm gonna kneel down, and we're deer hunting right now. I can see pretty good. Now I turn, boom, huge blind spot right here. So you're gonna have to move your head this way to look out there, and then come around to this side and check around that side to see what is behind your blind spot right here. But other than that, it seems like these windows are pretty big and they're pretty tall, so you can get a gun with a big scope without hitting. Piano hinges, and these are real glass. Now they taped them so they don't fall down, but this one was down. This is the one I thought was broke, and you can see a little bit of air right there where it took that hit on the outside right there, but I think I can fix that. And what holds the windows up are these little twist things here. You just twisted them up, and this is real glass. And then that window drops down really quiet, and it does have a felt. There is felt all around this window, and hopefully that'll keep the bugs out. So this area right here, you can see how my plastic it's nice and flat and straight, and then right here it came up. That's where this one took a little damage, but I think I can fix that. The window's okay, and the only time it's going to make noise is if you drop it. So opening and closing it, just take it nice and easy, let it down easy, and it should be fine. So I'm going to close this. Okay, it's closed. Here's a shelf right underneath the window. I don't know how good that is, because if you open your window, you're going to knock anything off that's right here. There is seems like a ledge above the window, not very big. You had to set something in there. Hey, same thing with this window. Something above the door and that window. So there's like little bump outs above the windows. I guess they're going to call them shelves. But you can see, let's look at the roof. The sides are completely connected. Here you can kind of see the seam I was talking about on that side and on this side, but it is smooth, no air. So it connects it somehow, which is fine. So there is no way, by me standing in here, there's no way I can see any insects or anything coming in. Now where these windows, let's look at this. Where these windows are, the plastic is cut out and the windows are inserted. If you got caulk, like why wouldn't they do this? They probably should do this. You could probably caulk all this, a nice bead of caulk around each window, and that would solve any problems. Now the door, Dougie, you gonna come in or out? All right, you stay here for a minute. All right, so let's close this door. That's how the door latches from the inside. And I'm looking at this door, and I don't see anywhere where something can come in. It seems like it closes pretty good. I don't see light. Is there any kind of seal on the door? There's no seal on that door, so that door goes, it overlaps pretty good. Okay, get out. Okay, get down. No, the door overlaps pretty good. So I don't think any water is going to come in from the door. Another downside, if you can hear how I'm talking, it's echoey. Very echoey inside here. So I think the floor might solve this. I think a plywood floor with a piece of carpet or a mat on top of that floor would really solve that echoey sound. And I've seen other ones where they have some kind of stick-on foam padding or something, but I don't even know if that's necessary. I think a nice floor mat on there would be fine. And look how, let's look at this again. So these These are your front where your ladders are. That looks like that's 2 feet across. The width on the front brackets are about 2 feet. And if we take it around to the back, they are really wide. So once you get back here, that's probably almost 5 foot across. So it's not like the 4 posts are in all 4 corners. It's almost like a triangle or something. So in order to bolt this thing down or to anchor it to the ground, how in the heck would you do that? Look out, Dougie. So I looked underneath here. Get back, bud. There is some kind of a hoop right there. Can you see that? Right there. There's like a hoop hanging there, or a welded circle on there. And I'm wondering if that's where they have the anchor kit. They sell an anchor kit. So you would put your stake into the ground and then your cable and then tighten it down right in the dead center, right underneath the middle of it. So we're gonna call this video part 1. Just a quick overview and what I think of it right away as soon as I picked it up. The next time you see a video, we're gonna have 4 4x4 posts, some cross bracing, probably some, by the looks of the holes in the legs there, maybe 3/8 galvanized lag bolts to hold it onto the 4x4s, a cable and a stake to anchor it down, and it should be good. And that should be it. It seems like these windows they're on there pretty good. I don't know if the wind blowing real hard will push air or snow up underneath these cracks or not. But I guess if that happened, there's probably felt or something that you can buy with sticky tape and just put new felt on the back of these window panes. So when you close it, it really squishes in there pretty good. So part 1, a quick overview of the Sportsmans Condo SC4. And the next time is going to be raising it up.